another World Cup, or at least a World Cup style tournament. That is a bit of news. Now, this is one of those ones I think you're going to hear a fair bit of kind of speculation style stuff coming out in the media, people with bright ideas and whatnot. I would say this one's, at least initially I'm reading it, probably pretty low on the likelihood meter, but Francis Barron, the former RFU chairman, has said he reckons what the game needs is a Rugby World Cup style tournament, not necessarily a Rugby World Cup, for 2021. I'm not sure if they were being facetious, but the title of the cup, the Coronavirus Cup of World Rugby, to be held in the UK and Ireland, and it would be held June and July next year using the 2015 Rugby World Cup template as their template for this 2021 tournament. So we're left field for sure. Not that we all don't love World Cups, but once every 4 years tends to be the way it goes. His reasoning is not just to have another Rugby World Cup, it's basically to generate some cash. It's no secret that a lot of the rugby unions, and it's not just rugby, it's sports teams in general, it's not just sports teams, it's all kinds of businesses all around the world. Just look at the airline sector, are having a pretty tough time. And Francis's idea is that you host a tournament, you get 16 teams, you invite them all to come and compete, you get all kinds of crazy money, and you disperse that money throughout the unions to kind of help bail them out after all the losses that they'll be sustaining at the current time. It seems like a bit of a left field one, as I said, because I know Australian Rugby and New Zealand Rugby, I think, have both had payments from World Rugby recently. I think payments that would be coming from World Rugby closer to World Cup times, but they've been paid early due to the losses that everyone's going through at the moment. So I'm not sure how many of the unions are on the brink. I know the Americans filed for bankruptcy not that long ago. But yeah, it does seem like a bit of a left field one. Not to mention the fact that the Lions Tour is due to go ahead in South Africa next year. That would need to be postponed. We've already had the Olympics postponed. One would hope, it's still very much up in the air, that by next year we can still go ahead with the Lions Tour. Obviously some countries are getting things a bit more under control than others. There's still work going on with the vaccine and whatnot, but this is the proposal from old Francis to generate some coin. They're knocking a house down next door, by the way, in case you hear some smashing. It's not people out on the streets with a rage that they're going to cancel the Lions Tour. But basically saying that it should come down to the RFU to take a leadership position, and that the home unions would support it because there'd be big matches held in all the home unions countries, and it would kind of bail out the Southern Hemisphere teams who are in a bit more financial strife. So in addition to this article mentions the 80 million that rugby has already put in place. So that's 80 million pounds. So I can't see it getting off the ground personally. This may come back to me, show me this video in a year where I said it's not going to happen and it ends up going underway. I can't really see it happening. There's always the talk about how any type of global tournament other than the World Cup would devalue the World Cup. Obviously, he's not doing it proposing it for any other reasons than to just bail teams out of their financial troubles. But I can't see it happening. There would be too many things that would have to fall into place, much like the house being demolished next door. It has to be done very carefully. So I can't see it happening, but that's what has been suggested. What do you guys reckon? Would a World Cup style tournament for 2021 be the answer to make sure everyone is happy days in terms of their finances? Or do you think the Lions Tour needs to be prioritised? Everyone just needs to get their own house in order and not worry about handouts. What do you guys reckon? I just thought this one was kind of an interesting read, a bit of a random one for a Wednesday. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.